Power to the people we shine, giving fans what they need. Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong.
Experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Yes, right along live. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to Monday, on the ride. Just want to make sure that you guys paying attention. I know it's Monday, and I know Lydia would say, no, it's not Tuesday, it's Monday. Oh, another repeat. No, it's Monday, 25th of November. Yo! Dennis, Melis, Mark, how you doing? Welcome. Dodo, Charles, how you doing? Jennifer, Byam. How you doing? Share the live, guys. Share the live, because today we call this one head to head. No, not head to head. Bring it on. For a reason, right? Now, there's a lot of politics in the air, guys. The air is saturated with politics, right? We're talking about convention, the LNP convention coming up in December. You know, we're talking about a whole lot of things happening. Some say not happening. Some say it's just a lot to discuss. And who is best to speak on it than two of the most controversial voices on social media? Yeah. I'm talking about Kem Jones, who is an advocate and, well, speak very strongly for the administration. And funny enough, my good friend Michael Baptiste, who has a long track record of being a soldier and fighting for and a part of, right, a former member, and probably still is at heart, of the GULP party. In fact, I remember Michael Baptiste coming on the program and speaking to us about, you know, the relations with Gary and how he met Gary, and even came on and spoke about, you know, stuff that happened to him during the former administration. But from recent times, you know, Michael Batista started to take a certain stand, and he's going to talk about his political stand right now. I don't know what his political stand is. I don't know if it's left, right, center, or whatever the case is. But he has strong opinions, and oftentimes it's against the current administration, right? But we go talk about it. Maybe that's just how I see it. But I thought it's going to be great information to bring these two gentlemen, right? Opposite spectrum sometimes. Very respectful though. They don't disrespect each other highly on these levels. But they have strong opinions, oftentimes from different or opposite sides. They're here to talk with us live, chat with us live. We're talking about convention, we're talking about leadership, we're talking about the current situation in Grenada. We're talking about the current administration and how the current administration is doing. We're talking about everything Grenada and an opportunity for us to see how we could come together and possibly build stronger. Okay? Yes. Nice. Everybody share? I want everybody to share and add followers. Do this for me, guys. Go to your Facebook page and find the program. Yeah. Find the program and share it. And then I want you to add followers. That's like I'm doing right now. Share it, put it in your story. Put it in your story. Share it in a few groups. And then click add followers because we want everybody to hear. We want everybody to be a part of this conversation. Let me do it as well. Yeah, okay. At followers. Thank you so much, Denise, for at followers. Now all your followers will get an opportunity to see the program. So I'm doing right now. Right, okay. Just did. There we go. Okay, guys. Good night. Ansel Charles, how are you doing? Guys, this program is brought to you with the kind compliments of Ride.gd. Of course, we offering excursions, tuk-tuk rides, and we just launched the donut boat. Yeah, the donut boat. And it is now available for booking. Just go to Ride.gd and book with your donut boat, the tuk-tuk, or the e-bikes. Available right now. Okay? These are the tuk-tuks. And this is the donut boat. Check it out right now. All right, guys. And also, we are going to be telling you more about how you could win prizes when you book with Ride.gd and how you could win an excursion for 5 of your friends about the donut boat. All right, tell you more about that in a short. So help me welcome, guys, my 2 friends on the panel today. The usual suspect is what I call them. Kem Jones and Michael Baptiste. How you gentlemen doing today?
Well, I would allow Michael Baptiste to speak first. He's the senior.
Oh, gee, I'm so glad you always paid it great courtesies to me. What I would say in return is that as the senior and the taller man, I promise you here today, I will not hit you below the belt. Okay, I will keep all my punches up. Yeah. So, first of all, let me apologize to you, Junior.
Yes.
And your dedicated listeners out there for my no-show the last time I was invited on your program. I was in transit from Connecticut. I estimated the time I would be home. Um, Circumstances, unexpected circumstances beyond my control, caused me not to be able to to be on the program. I regret for my absence, and I want to say that um, I hereby promise you, Junior, that even in those circumstances, I would do the program by audio, if not by video.
All right, I appreciate that. And as I told my friends, me and Michael, we have long history. Michael knows all my family. We basically came from the same area. He knows my mother. He knows everybody, all my brothers, sisters, and everybody. So apologies accepted, Mr. Baptiste. So Kim, how you doing, my brother?
Junior, without cutting you, just say that Michael Baptiste has been the best representative for St. Andrew Southwest, and just say that where your family lives. Simple.
Yes, you represented well for my constituency, for my home constituency. Great job.
Very well. All right. All right.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
uh, yes, Junior, it's always a pleasure to be on your popular platform. And it's always a pleasure to be on a program with one Michael Baptiste. We may disagree, but I can tell you we are not enemies.
Not at all.
I want to also congratulate you, Junior, on making big moves. The donut boat, I look forward to experiencing that. Also, the Tok Tok, I see you're doing well there.
Yeah.
And, the e-bikes and so on, you are a person who is committed to Grenada. You want to enhance the tourism product, and I think you're doing an excellent job there. And I want to encourage all to support you. And by that, they will be supporting Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. So, my brother, congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Kim. All right, guys. So let's talk about the current situation in the country, right? Kim, let me start with you. Let's talk about the political climate and the government and the performance thus far. I sort of know, I think I know what you're going to say, but it set the premise for a conversation because, to get people understanding what Grenada is looking like right now. What is the current climate in Grenada as it relates to leadership and the performance of the government right now, Kim, from your perspective?
Right. So firstly, Junior, Michael and I, we are quite aware of the NNP constitution. He was once opposition leader. He was once a member of the NNP. He was a minister of government during the NNP time. So he knows. He knows what the constitution of the NNP says. I was also an executive member, one of the youngest executive member of the NNP. And that constitution is very clear. If you are a member of the NNP, you are in good standing financially, you have a right to put up your name on the day of the convention when they are voting for any position. And it can be seconded by somebody, and you ought to be entered in the race. So to set up a committee to usurp power from the constitution and to decide, well, I want this man, I want this woman, and I want that person to take this party because the party belongs to me. Without me, there is no party. That is nonsense, right? Ultimately, Pedro will file an injunction and he will win ultimately. The court will give him relief and he will win. Let the race be fair on all sides. So that's the first thing I would say.
Mhm.
But I must also say here you have Keith Mitchell, who believes that the Grenadian people forget about him. So he's rooting for a particular individual, thinking that Grenadians forget about all the things that the NNP administration did to this country. And he's out there showing all kind of old talk, all kind of things at Peter and whoever. But here it is. I define Keith Mitchell this way. Shrimp farm, fiasco, $54.2 million. The NNP administration caused us to lose that. Taxpayers lost $54.2 million. That money we could have easily give more farmers more cash, more assistance. Michael Baptiste could have gotten maybe a couple $100,000 from it to expand his farm, because I know he's a farmer. He's involved in that. The chicken farm, same place, St. Mark, we lost $18.63 million from that again. Taxpayers lost that money. The Livera project, this Livera Resort Development Project, we lost as taxpayers under the NNP administration $11 million US. If you want to calculate it, convert it, no problem. I define the NNP like that. The Mount Hartman project with Ekram J. Miller, we lost $36 million there under the NNP administration. Dipcon sued Grenada because of foolishness. We lost $30 million there because the court in London ordered Grenada to pay $30 million of foolishness under the NNP administration. The call center that Michael Baptiste knows very well about. We taxpayers again lost $22.5 million. Where a cousin involved in Keith Mitchell, cousin who was involved in some call center business. That business went into the red and taxpayers end up paying 22 point something million dollars. You have the Garden Groups of Company, 18 point something million dollars. Cap Bank, where small depositors. Look, this is how I define the NNP administration and the leadership that we saw under Keith Mitchell time. That's how I define.
Stick a pin right there, Kim.
We have lost millions and millions of dollars as taxpayers. So this guy believes that we don't know, we can't remember, we forget all of these things, and he's out there campaigning, rooting for somebody with the hope that that person will get the leadership of the NNP. That's how I see it.
Okay. Michael Baptiste, respond.
Well, first of all, let me say that Kem has brought his recitation book along with him. If I knew we were going to be involved in that resuscitation, I would bring along mine too. We are talking here about the convention, and I thought that the conversation should be centered around that.
Okay.
But before I could even diverge into the contest itself and the behavior and the utterances of Dr. Mitchell, allow me to diverge into the history of the New National Party, the formation of it, Dr. Mitchell's involvement with it from day one, and maybe the listeners might have an idea as to why he's saying that the next leader of the NNP must come from the bowels of the NNP.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in 1985, the United States government and the rest of the Caribbean brought a set of warring politicians on Union Island and St. Vincent. And the purpose of that was to come up with a united force, a united party to campaign and to keep out the late great Sarah Gary from office. They formed that party. They handpicked their successor, Hubert Blaise, and he was given the resources and the support for the 1985 general elections, which they won with the help of the United States and the Caribbean islands. A few years into the reign, we saw confusion. Quincy St. Louis was the first one to cop out, followed by Kenny Lal Singh. And in 1987, Francis Alexis, George Brizan, and others left the NNP and chose to form the NDC. Their reasoning for leaving the NNP was that they disagreed with Mr. Blaise on what they call retrenchment, which they had agreed in cabinet, but when they came outside, they started speaking a different language because it was popular to the electorate. Mr. Blaise called them in, asked them to apologize. They refused, and then they went their separate ways. That left Dr. Mitchell, George Ben Jones, in what then remains of the NNP. Shortly thereafter, Mr. Blaise got sick. The country was paralyzed. Mr. Blaise got sick. He was airlifted to the United States in Walter Reed Army Hospital, where he undergo treatment. At that time, nothing was happening in the country. The acting Prime Minister, Ben Jones, and we all know who Mr. Ben Jones is a do-nothing, dead horse Ben Jones, paralyzed the country. There were cries from everywhere for a change in leadership. Dr. Mitchell then was the General Secretary of the New National Party, and by virtue of he holding that important position of Minister of Works and General Secretary, he had placed himself in a position where he is poised to take over from Herbert Blaise. A convention came, he mobilized the delegates covertly, and when Mr. Blaise returned in the wheelchair, he saw the opportunity, he went for it and became the leader. Subsequently, he was fired as Minister of Works.
Was it safe to say at that time?
Herbert Blaise
is it safe to say, Michael, is it safe to say, or was it safe to say at the time that Keith Mitchell hijacked the NNP from Blaise?
No. That word hijack came from the newly formed NDC. He went into a convention. Mr. Blaise been hospitalized in Army Reed Hospital in the USA, was out of touch with the rank and file of the party. Mr. Ben Jones, a lazy dead horse, and Mr. Maguire, they did not offer any assistance to Mr. Blaise in terms of the rank and file of the party. So then that was left to Dr. Mitchell alone. He saw a vacuum. As a vacuum was created, he made his move legally. He did not announce to Mr. Blaise, his boss, that he was vying for the leadership. So he, in an open convention, as a matter of fact, when he was asked on the morning of the convention what position he was going to contest for, his reply was, let's see what the people decide. So he went on in an open convention against Mr. Blaise, who was ill-prepared. Mr. Blaise, just coming out from the Army Reed Hospital, was never in touch with the rank and file because as a physically challenged individual and an alien leader, he was out of touch. We were coming from a situation where the Mars Bishop regime had collapsed, and there were new hope for democracy, constitutional democracy, and the country was yearning for someone to come forward. He came forward and he won in an open convention. He was fired, and subsequently thereafter, Mr. Blaise and with his colleagues, George Maguire, Ben Jones, and others, Allen, they went and they formed what they call TNP. And they left NNP with Dr. Mitchell. So George Brizan formed his own, called NDC. Herbert Blaise formed his own, called TNP. And they left Kit Mitchell with what was left of NNP. Election came in 1990. Kit Mitchell led his NNP into elections. Hubert Blaise led his TNP into elections. George Brizan led his NDC into election. George Brizan did not get a clear majority. He got 7 seats. Kit Mitchell, NNP under Kit Mitchell got 2. The GLP got 4. And there were talk about an alliance, but it was deemed as an unholy alliance. So the seats from TNP, they aligned with that of NDC and they formed the government. In the meantime, Mr. Blaise had passed while in office, while he had secured his seat in office. He passed.
Right.
It was from that time that Dr. Mitchell was in control of the new National Party. He built it to his own image and likeness. Whether we support him, whether we can recite all the things that happened under him that was not so good, and I could help you with some of the things that happened that was not so good. I'm sitting here and I could help you, Cam, with some of that, and some of that you repeated from me over and over on your programs of things that we saw that wasn't good. But needless to say, he took control of NNP and it became his NNP. He suffered with it. He built it in his own image and likeness.
Right.
He ushered in and out. He selected 8 nobodies. And in 1995...
But Michael, during the building the NNP to his likeness, there was a constitution of the NNP, right? There was a constitution that governed the rules, regulation of the party.
You see, Junior, we talk about constitution when it's convenient. In 1989, in an open convention, and if I'm sounding like I'm defending Dr. Mitchell, I'm not. I'm talking about events as a student of Grenada political history. So I am not here speaking on behalf of Dr. Mitchell. I am giving it to those who were not wrong or those who miss what unfolded at the time. After he was elected in a duly democratic way at the convention, he was fired from government. Mr. Blaise fired him. I've never heard anyone ask about the NNP convention, about the NNP constitution. Because if there was a constitution, as Kem has so adequately advanced earlier, if there was a constitution and anyone could participate, and he participated and he won, then why not accept the results of the convention and go forward with he as a leader? No, we ignore the constitution because it was convenient then. And they went and they formed another party. So the question of hijack, he'd never hijack no party. He covertly campaigned for the leadership and an open floor, put his name up, and the delegates elected him.
Okay, stick up in there, Michael.
For fear of being called a lecturer here today, I'll stop there now.
Right, okay, right. Kem, you heard all that Michael had to say. Your views?
Well, for me, if it's a democratic organization, once you're a member and you're paying your dues, you have all right to put up your name to be elected as a leader or general secretary or PRO or flow member. I am saying Keith Mitchell's pronouncements in the last many weeks is sending the message that he will decide. He's the boss and who vex loss. In other words, it was convenient for Peter David to join NNP in 2013 because the NNP was in opposition and they were desperate to come back in government. We know what took place with Peter David and the gang who were actually expelled from the NDC. So it was very convenient. And you could say what you want. When Peter moved over to the NNP, he helped the NNP during the 2013 election. We could argue about how much he helped them for years to come. But anyways, it was convenient. It was all cool. It was all nice, man. Right? He decided not to run in the town of St. George. Nicholas Steele ran. He supported Nicholas Steele. Nicholas Steele won. The next election of 2018, he decided he's going to run. It was all nice and smooth and good. He ran. Nicholas Steele ran in the South. He won. They won all 15 seats. But they lost in 2022. So why then, all of a sudden, you entrust Peter? Why then, all of a sudden, Peter is the biggest enemy? Is it because Peter was able to campaign, to organize, to mobilize enough delegates to get the leadership? And because you sense that may happen, then all of a sudden we hear about constituency leads and all the old guards were recruited again, because normally when Keith Mitchell is cornered, he tends to get the old guards to come around him so that he can maybe emerge again as some kind of brave man or some kind of strong man. But I am simply saying the organization, if it's democratic, anybody who is a member of the party, it could be you come from all kind of party, because in fact, Michael Baptiste spoke there about all kind of party, and I'm certain there were people within the NNP who came from TMP, MBPM, GULP, all kind of P, and they end up in the NNP. And they became ministers, they became this, they became that. That's what, Grenada is a very small place. So to go on public platform and embarrass, humiliate Peter like this, Grenadians are observing and saying, but wait, what could cause that kind of embarrassment? What could cause Keith Mitchell to be so angry, bitter, well, I want to even say vindictive out there like this? Because Peter, up to this day, and I'm not defending Peter because I want to see NNP and all them guys, I want to see a bloodbath politically between all of them. I want to see a big fight. I want to see a big brawl. I want this thing to continue. Huh? I'm not defending Peter here. But I am saying, look, Junior, Peter ain't say a word yet.
True.
Keith Mitchell, in my belief, took away Peter's manhood. It's like a woman who have a man and decided, well, look, you ain't working. You're staying home. You're cleaning the house. You're ironing. You're mopping. You're washing the wares. And then on every Friday, she decides she getting a next man and waltz in the house, go straight in the bedroom and do what they have to do, and then come out and tell him, go and take the sheet and go and wash it. And if he open him out, he getting blues. Keith Mitchell, in my belief, took Peter's manhood away from him. So, even if Peter defeats Emlyn Pe, right, or whoever, the Grenadian people would still see him as a coward, as a guy who is willing to lick the flow to get somewhere. And if Emlyn wins, and coming back to leadership, then people would see her as the snake, because she comes across as a snake to me. Right? She towing the line, she playing the game. So ultimately, the NNP would never mend. The NNP would always be in chaos and confusion. That is my prediction.
Mm-hmm. Michael, is it fair or democratic or right to have orchestrated a plan, right, to divert or to prevent Peter from getting a role or dissecting Peter and disrespecting Peter in the way that we've seen. Is that just politics? Just how the cookie
Junior,
crumble?
you know, this conversation becoming so interesting
Mhm.
and so nice. I wish it could last all night.
It's not
Honestly.
gonna last all night. I have a date later. So
you know, my dear friend Kev, how convenient, Kev. When Peter, what you love to talk about this word, democracy, constitution. When NDC expel Peter David and the rest of them, NDC don't have a constitution? Was Peter David offered due process? Was Chess offered? Was Pastor Sanford Simon offered due process? Were they called before a disciplinary committee? The charge read out to them and give them the chance to defend themselves, Kem, my dear brother. They were just expelled. But you left out one important fact for the listeners. Why was he expelled? Now, I heard you jump on Emlyn Pay. And I wish you would hold that until further notice. Emlyn Pierre is a contestant in the leadership fight if there is an opening. And she had said that clearly. Every party, including the NDC, has a screening committee. And as it stands now, it is sort of premature for you and I to say to the Grenadian public that Peter is barred from contesting. But here's my take on that. It is my humble opinion that if someone invites you to their home and you see there's an opening, I think you ought to pay that person who invites you some respect by asking them if it is okay for you to apply for that position. Now, in the case of Peter, very nice gentleman, somebody I like, my friend. But the NNP belongs to Dr. Mitchell. My preamble before was to get it across to you that the NNP and the GLP are unique parties. From 1985 up to this day, Dr. Mitchell remained in control of the NNP. And let me just give you an example, some information I'm privy to. I remember in 1990, after Dr. Mitchell suffered a humiliating loss at the polls, came to New York. And he received a call from Grenada that the electricity to the party office was disconnected. I didn't hear no one talk about constitution. They called on him. He carried the load. He carried the party. He invested in it. Every democratic country in the world, some have primaries, some have internal party politics. Is it a dictatorship for someone to express a political preference of a candidate that they prefer? I don't think so, Cam. I see nothing wrong. Maybe it is a novelty to us. It is new. We have not been exposed to that, where people from the same political parties are cutting each other's throat. For me, as a student of American politics, and I've been watching American primaries for a very long time, just like Junior, I've heard some of the worst things said about competitors. If Dr. Mitchell has said publicly that he does not want Peter David to be the leader of the NNP and he's endorsing someone, that is within his rights.
Okay.
It is not dictatorship.
Okay.
Right. So Junior,
It is not.
let me respond respectfully. So, Michael,
Sure.
let me respond. I want to say there are parallels between the GULP and the NNP. GULP end up in the center cemetery. In fact, I was there at that funeral where Uncle Gary was, well, the service was at the Trade Center, and then he was carried into the center cemetery. And I remember that gold coffin there, and that was the end of GULP. And, Michael could try to run 100 times or wear white shirts trying to maybe pattern after Gary. The NNP, the GULP, that dead, right? That dead. What year was it? Was 1990 what? 1990 what? 1995? Somewhere around that
1997.
1997, right? Somewhere around
1997.
Beautiful, right? So that parallel. So same thing with NNP. NNP will go down with Keith Mitchell, like it or not. And what is happening now will even speed up that process of political burial. It is very clear. But that said, I want to see this, Junior. You see, you don't have to come out and say Michael Baptiste is this and Michael Baptiste is that. I ain't like the man, don't vote for the man, and so on. There are certain things you can say, and people will get that message easily, clearly. Keith Mitchell is a TV man. He's a bacchanal man. And he's out there with all the rant and all the, statements, and it's directed towards Peter. You could say what you want. And people out there reasonably in their thinking, they already concluded that this guy, he doesn't want this man to get the party, because he knows that if Peter gets the party, that's the end of Keith Mitchell in NNP. But here is, I want to go back a bit. Michael Baptiste said that the NNP is Keith. What he said, the party belongs to Keith. Something like that. Words to that effect. I want to misquote him. But he also said to us that Hubert Blaze was the leader of the NNP. And Keith Mitchell covertly, as he said, he used some word like that, covertly, campaign and legitimately so, and he won the leadership of the NNP. He was subsequently fired as Minister of Works, and so you had the Prime Minister being Howard Blaze and the leader of the NNP being Keith Mitchell at the time. So my question is, how could the party belong to Keith Mitchell when indeed Keith Mitchell got the leadership from Hubert Blaze? Yes, we know it was illegitimate, as you claim. He was voted in. I want you to clear up, because I am a bit confuffled, confused here a bit. How it could belong to him when it was a number of them that actually make up this thing, form this thing, they were part of this thing. All of a sudden it belongs to Keith, and at the time it didn't belong to Blaze. Explain that to us.
Mm-hmm. All right. You done? You done?
Long time.
Yeah, you done.
You're going good. You know. When Junior called me this evening, earlier this evening, and invited me to the show, I started to ask him who's going to be. I said, never mind that. Anyone come, it's okay. All right. Now, Kem, you rightfully say the party belongs to him, and at least you have one thing right so far all night. The party belongs to him. Hubert Blaze left it with him. Brizan, Alexis, Finley, St. Louis, Kenny Lal Singh, Tillman Thomas left it with him. They went and formed their own. Terence Marshall had his the patriotic movement, and we had the GLP. As a matter of fact, the GLP was so enshrined with Uncle Gary that even after he's dead, we still can't take it from Uncle Gary. Okay? and those are facts. Now, he molded and invested in that party. He brought in Peter David. And I want you to go back and dig up in your memory a little bit, Cam. In 2013, there was a sitting MP in the town of St. George, Nicholas Steele. When Peter David was invited into NNP, Nicholas Steele was shown the direction to South St. George. Peter David was ushered into the town. Was there a vote?
No. You're making a mistake there, Michael. That's a mistake. Remember, the NDC term in office was from 2008 to 2013. The election of 2013 saw Nicholas Steele coming in as MP for the town of St. George. Remember, Peter David was the MP for the town of St. George and decided not to run in the town of St. George. That's just a correction.
My dear brother, I love you more. Thank you for the correction. There was a sitting MP in the town of St. George, Nicholas Steele. When Peter David came into the NNP, there was a sitting MP, Nicholas Steele. Nicholas Steele was shown the way to the south. Peter was ushered into the town of St. George. And in other words, as you say in basketball, they clear out an area for Peter. And they put him in the town. Did I hear constitution? Did I hear dictatorship? It happened. Now, what you have to understand, the reason for the NDC failure over the years, because they never had a dominant leader or someone to claim ownership of a party. They started off with Brizan. He went into a battle royal with Dr. Francis Alexis. And then thereafter, he lost in 99 when he lost the seat in 15-0. He defected to NNP and left NDC in the wilderness. And from 1999 up to 2008, NDC had a lot of actors. They had Franca Bonadine as an actor. They had the fellow in the insurance guy trying to be an actor. They had all sorts of people trying to be actors. But here you had a party with a stable leader. And the reason for the NNP success, and again, fellow listeners, if I am sounding as if I am here defending Kit Mitchell, I, Michael Baptiste, as a student of Grenada politics, I'm 5 years old, are only revealing events that unfold from 1985 up to present. So Kit Mitchell remains steadfast at the helm of the party. Everyone else bolted. He suffered with that party. He molded that party. He invested in that party. Could you name me one political leader who would mortgage his property to keep a party going? NNP, NDC never had such a soul. The only two people that I knew would lay out their property to maintain a political party is Eric Gary and Kit Mitchell. And hence the reason today, if someone have to succeed Dr. Mitchell, I am not going to use the word morally or legally. I am going to say it is only appropriate if that person were to go to Dr. Mitchell and seek his blessing before they venture into an ill-fated effort to take over a party that he has struggled with from 1985. And that is my situation. And for you, the listeners out there, let me once again say I am not here defending Kit Mitchell. I am putting forward events that happened from 1985 with the NNP and up to today.
Well,
So
Michael,
here is a man who...
Michael, let me ask you a question. If that is the case, right, and that is the procedure, and that is the framework and the setup and the management of how he see the party, why keep a constitution that says that anyone that has the ability or a member or whatever, I don't know the constitution like how you or Ken might know it, why the constitution didn't change to say, okay, well, anybody who vying for leadership of the party have to come through this process instead of the process as is written on the constitution right now? Why was that never changed?
You know, Kitchener once wrote a song, Coming Tongue Jove Morning. Find yourself in a band. Mm-hmm. Watch the way how the ladies move and hug up tight to the man. Sing along with the tune they're playing. Miss Stories, that is carnival. Mm-hmm. Peter found himself in a band. He had to watch how the members going. And if the leader so choose that, hey, I brought you in, there was Gregory Bowen, there is Emmeline Pierre, there are others here who ain't eat yet, who will have it, who may have to eat before you because you just come. And because it is my thing, I have a right to determine who succeed me. What is so wrong with that? You're not talking about the NDC party that was born out of confusion with a whole set of people fighting along. And let's go back a little bit. Dr. Francis Alexis was a founding member of NDC.
Before you go on, Michael, and I want to get that point. I want you to say that point. But my question still stands here. Why didn't Dr. Keith Mitchell change the constitution to reflect his agenda of how someone could be elected to be leader of the party?
Common sense, you know, there are some things that is so simple and basic that you don't need a law. We cannot law everything as we're seeing in Grenada today. Something of basic common sense. How in the heaven's name can Peter David believe he could come from a party with a different ideology and philosophy from that of NNP, be accepted as and welcome as a visitor, a welcome visitor, and all of a sudden something got into your head that because you're welcome as a visitor and you're accepted,
but that's what the Constitution
necessarily qualify you to take over a party.
Says that if the Constitution says that if you are a member or any member of good standing could vie for leadership, that's exactly what he's doing. He is going with the article of the Constitution that says that he could vie for it because he's there. So did Dr. Keith Mitchell was he used for his convenience to win the Constitution?
Junior, I'm glad the word "use" came out of your mouth. Politics and political people is being used and be used. Peter knew very well. He knew who Dr. Mitchell is. He knows who he is. He knows well that Dr. Mitchell see him as a repeated offender. You was in the NDC. They throw you out of the NDC. I give you a shelter here. And I expect you to sit here, make your contribution, relax yourself. And if, again, I so decide to call you up front, I'll call you up front. But you cannot take it upon yourself to come from somewhere with a different ideology, a different philosophy, and come into a party and expect to take it over like that. You must sit with the leader. You must sit. And I don't want to raise my voice good and say, sit with the owner. Because Dr. Mitchell owned NNP. He from 1989 when he was fired from by Herbert Blaise and tossed aside, he suffered with NNP. He ran, he got 2 seats, broke, had to run an election, he ran a costly election, put up his properties, remortgage his properties, finance the party, stick with the party, and now in his sunset, he's going to watch someone just come from the outside and take it away from him. Junior, do better than that. Come on now, Kem, come on.
Kem.
We are Grenadians.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Yeah, so,
We may dislike Dr. Mitchell. We may have problems with Dr. Mitchell. But let us look at the reality of the situation. It is Dr. Mitchell party.
yeah, and Junior, have no fear. I'll just bring the program on Vibes FM 101.3, right? And 106.3. So
All
have no
right.
fear. We have time. I want to be able to have a conversation with Michael, right? Michael is a nice guy.
Wait, is that another invitation you're giving me, Kem?
Well, we actually running the program concurrently, so we're going to bring it on the radio itself. Because around this time, I would.
Well, you could bring it. You could bring it all over the world. I tell you the truth. I'm so happy to meet you here today. I wish the program never end.
Hey, go ahead.
Yeah, well,
At some point.
Junior, my point.
You know why? I am a political street fighter. I probably in my time on the ground, I probably was one of the most feared politicians in Grenada at one point.
Okay.
All right.
Okay?
Nice.
So
All right.
I have no problem at all in meeting anyone and discussing politics at Grenada. Whether you like him or you don't like him, those are the facts.
All right.
Okay. All right.
No,
Kem?
no worry. No worry. Someone once told me, don't say a person is crooked, just say they're a corkscrew. So, there are many ways to describe certain things. I have no problem with that. All right. But here it is.
Let's
Michael,
not change the narrative. Let us talk about the NNP and the convention.
No
Yes.
problem. Mr. Baptiste, I love
No,
the fact.
Michael, wait. Come on, Kem, man, how you thinking so, man? Don't do me that, no, man.
So Michael.
Don't do me that.
Michael,
Me and you are 2 political gladiators.
Yeah. So Michael,
Uh-huh.
As a matter of fact, you and I are the 2 most outspoken political people in Grenada. No holds back. Look at how me and you could sit here today and discuss politics. You know how many people would be afraid to come on a program with you?
yeah.
But
So
you could wake me up any time of the night and come and talk with you because I have my facts, I have history, and I know what time it is.
Right.
All right, St. Michael. Yeah, St. Michael. I'll wake you up, St. Michael.
Well,
All
you
right,
could crown me a rose by any other name and still a rose. So go ahead, feel free.
Yeah, get into the point. Yeah, thank you, Michael. So I love the fact that Michael is on this platform saying all of this because I want to say to you, the viewers and listeners, I want to see a Emlyn Pair become the leader of the NNP. I want that to happen. Because you see, in a race, sometimes, especially if you're not in the race and you're betting on the race, sometimes you could just watch some candidates and say, nah, boy, that person start to go hop and jump already. They're leaning on one side, they foot bend, they foot bow, they seem as though they go fall long before the race start, right? There would be a false start. So for me, I would like to see Emlyn Pair emerge as the leader of the NNP. I would love that. In fact, I want that to happen and happen right now. Peter David, right? The guy, he's polarized like Keats. We know, but we know fully well that Peter David, comparing Emlyn with Peter David in terms of leadership qualities and ability to, pull things together and so on, Emlyn is nowhere there. Right? Nowhere there. But I would love to see Emlyn emerge as the leader of the NNP and more blows, more leaks. I want that. That is why I am here talking so highly about Peter, Yeah. And that is why sometimes on the program, I'm talking so highly about Emlyn. Yes. Sometimes again, you hear Kem Johnson trying to push Kit in. That's what it is. Because I want to see the thing explode. I want them to fight openly. I want NNP to splinter, mash up, break up. I want that. Because I've always said that the NNP has been a curse to Grenada. And I have given reasons why I came to such a conclusion. So I am saying, Michael, I am happy. I want to see you more on different programs saying the very same thing. Because people with sense can conclude that this is not democratic. They already know this is a handpicked thing. They're trying to push out Peter, and they will give this person the leadership, and more mess, more tata, more bacchanal. I have no problem with that. That is exactly what I want to see. So bring it on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. Let me say that if I was a cricket commentator, I would say that your deliveries are very short. And with an aggressive batsman, he could move down the wicket and take you out to the boundary anytime, Kim, because you haven't said anything there. Now, the program was not about Emlyn Pierre. But since you bring Emlyn Pierre into the equation, let me say to you, Kim, the question of leadership problem does not reside within the NNP. The question of leadership for the country lies within the NDC. NNP have that luxury today. Dr. Mitchell could determine who you want and who you don't want. When you look at NNP, you have Emlyn Pierre, you have Peter David, you have Dr. Mitchell if you want to stay, you have Dwight Horsford, and you even have a Gregory Bowen if you decide to make a turn. Any one of these leaders on the NNP team can defeat NDC on any day, any night, on any occasion. So in the question of Emlyn Pierre, and me and the young lady are not friends, though we have offices eyeball across the other, but I respect her. She has invited herself into the feelings of the have-nots, the poor, the humble, the left out, the unfortunate, the single women head of household, and she has served them faithfully for a lot of years. All politics become local. She has a record of accomplishment where she served people nationally. And moreover,
hold on. You generalizing, Michael. Let's talk.
Hold on.
If you want to talk about
we've been
Emlyn
doing
and
good so far. Hold. Cam. I'm gonna wrap up. I go be long. Hold on, I won't be long, Cam. You can't come in. Hold on, man. Hold on. I ain't gonna be long. I won't be no professor tonight to you where you become my student. If Emlyn Pierre becomes the leader, she will be putting forward the principles of the new National Party, not of that of NN Pierre. So when you see Emlyn Pierre, she are putting out the position that has been laid out by the new National Party, where they care for the sick, the unfortunate, the single women head of household, the farmers, the fishermen, the people crying out for social and economic justice. I am suspecting that is the platform that she'll be advancing, not Emmeline Pierre, but that of the organization that she represents. So don't look at the individual. And moreover, what I heard Dr. Mitchell said he ain't going away, he'll be there. So unlike NDC, who do not have a successful tutor to hold the hand and say, no, you can't tax water after a hurricane, a crisis. You can't put a levy on life. I don't believe if there was someone experienced in the NDC who can invite themselves into the feelings of the poor, the left out, the humble, disadvantaged, the unemployed. I don't believe some of the policies that they come into, they will come to.
Michael, I give you all the time to run.
So, Michael, let Kim jump on.
Give me a little time to rebut the nonsense that you know.
Yeah, man.
You know that.
Yeah.
Yes. The NNP been in power for 23 years and a half. You had public officers, hard-working public officers who retired under the NNP time. 8 years, 7 years, 6 years. They had to get their pension and their gratuity. The NNP, who you say, like the poor, refused to pay these people their pension. The NDC came in 2 years and a half, and they paid $75.1 million to public officers who retired, who were marching in the hot sun for their money, and the NNP refused to give them the money. They got their money under the NDC. The NDC came into power, and within a matter of months, the public officers, the teachers who went out there and marched for the pension and the gratuity, and the NNP around Christmas time dock their salaries, go into their salaries and take their money. The NNP administration, $1.2 million, paid them back their money. And as a result, we had sports again. We had science debates again. We had all the extracurricular activities again. The whole environment in the schools were back to normal. Also, the NNP, you talk about they love the poor and they love the poor. The NNP was in power. The NNP had public officers again who always had to match for a little increase in their salaries. The NDC gave public officers 13% increase without them having to match in the streets for the increase and the fringe benefits and all those things. Also, the TAMCC workers, they were beating drums and protesting for money that was rightfully theirs. The NDC came into power and they paid them 20-something million or so dollars. You talk about the poor. Look at what happened after Hurricane Ivan. Yes, the NNP was in power. They built back some of those houses. They built back houses for people. What they built back? They built back houses without bathroom and toilet facilities and running water. You know when the NNP left power? They left 8,715 people still using pit latrines and open bathrooms. The NDC came into power and they started building modern bathroom and toilet facilities for families so that their decency could be restored to them. You're talking about the poor? The same Imani trainees and the same security officers and the same laborers, the same clocks and media workers and call center workers. Under the NNP, they refused to adjust their minimum wage. The NDC came into power and they adjust their minimum wage. Do you know that the security officer used to work under the NNP for $4 an hour? The NDC brought it up to $9.25. The same Imani trainee who used to get $700, now getting $1,200 per month. The laborers, the housekeepers, the geriatric caregivers, all of them were brought up to a better place for, in terms of their salary. You're talking about poor and vulnerable. You're talking about the ordinary people. You have right now students who are attending TAMCC and NULO. The NDC administration paying their tuition for them to go to school, $810. You know, Michael, that the same poor mother and father who have children in the primary school and so on, the NDC is giving them a free hot meal every day. 13,000 plus students getting a hot meal every day, Michael. Do you know that the public officers who not permanent within the public service, the government is now regularizing them? 404 already regularized. Not only that, you have those who on contract. You remember the 340 vote that the NNP introduced? You saw workers came in on contract. The NDC administration saw these people retiring back into poverty. No pension, no nothing to fall back on. They are now trying to develop a pension so that they can go home with something decent. Not only that, I ain't stopped there yet. You had problems during COVID-19 where families just didn't have access. Students didn't have access to the internet. The NDC decided to team up with Flow to provide internet access to households without access. They call it the JUMP program. They're giving them internet access, they're giving them a device, and they're training them to use the device. That is what you call a government that cares. The same seed program for the poor and the vulnerable, they moved that for people who are 65 years and older to $500, you know. The same people who have disability, mental and physical disabilities, they're getting $500 now. I am simply saying, you want to talk about the poor? The nurses, they're getting $500 more on their salaries every month. The doctors, they're getting $1,000 more on their salaries. Michael, I am simply saying, you don't have to go far to realize that this government cares about the poor and the ordinary people in the country. They reintroduced Grenadian history in school. They reintroduced TVET in primary schools, foreign language in primary schools. They are building new schools. They are renovating old ones. We see community centers being renovated, pastures, playing fields being renovated and lit, netball courts, basketball courts. I am simply saying, don't get me started. If you want to talk about the poor and the vulnerable and NNP cares, I can give you enough facts. I can put facts on the table to say to you, you're making a mistake. The NDC cares more about the ordinary and simple people of this country, and they have done more for them in the many, many years. Agriculture, you talking about agriculture? When Ivan passed, I was around. Did NNP give, and maybe you were part of the agricultural system at the time, did NNP give the farmers any cash payouts or any assistance? And they could argue there was no insurance then, but money was lap and cut like crazy. You remember ARD or whatever they call that, that agency, where those guys were being paid hefty sums? The farmers didn't get anything, but the NDC gave the fishers assistance. They gave the farmers assistance, and not just, we're talking about just farmers who are doing the little planting and taking the short crops and so on. We're talking about nutmeg farmers, cocoa farmers. We're talking about sea moss farmers. We're talking about those in the animal husbandry. Across the board, they were given assistance. So I am simply saying, my brother, all the social safety net programs, the new Imani training program is still there. The geriatric caregivers program still there. Housing repair program still there. Burial assistance still there. Free textbook still there. Back to school vouchers still there. All these different programs are still there. I'm asking you, my brother, who really cares more about the ordinary and simple people in the country? There is one party, the NNP, who could talk it and talk and make you believe that they care. But let us see the evidence that they have done anything for these people. You tell me.
Right.
Thank you.
Programming note. I know
Great,
Michael, and we will get your response shortly, guys. You're watching Right Along live, and we're talking here with Kim Jones and Mr. Michael Baptiste on this here. We're going to open up the phone lines in a little bit so get you guys call in. See my phone ringing off the hook, but we're not going to open up the phone line as yet. Just want to say briefly that we would like to welcome the folks that's listening to us on Vibe FM in Carriacou and around the world, Right Along Live, Kim Jones page, and everyone else that is sharing this. This program is brought to you with the kind compliments of Ride, and with our new innovation, we have the Ride, the donut boat, and that is available for booking right now. If you're a family, a friend, a group of people who wants to get in on this, you got to go to ride.com to give you all the information there. Also, Ride Tuk Tuk, you can get it at ride.gd. That's ride.gd, or you can call 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. But back to the conversation here. Michael Baptiste.
Oh, my dear brother, my dear brother, my dear brother. Oh, I love you so very much. You talk about Grenada history in public school. The Prime Minister of Grenada, Deacon Mitchell, should be the first student. He should take a front row seat. When you open up the flashlight and telling our young people of Grenada that Bishop left us a free Grenada, it shows that he's ignorant of Grenada history. When Maurice Bishop died, you had over 4,000 people in prison. Grenada was in civil war. So if we're teaching history, Grenadian history, he need to go back. He need to apply for acceptance in that class because he does not know our history. You mentioned poor and vulnerable. You love them. You and I came from poor families. And let me say again, for the benefit of the listeners, I am a Gayriite. I am not here defending the new National Party, by no means necessary. Kim talk about poor and vulnerable. The Chinese gave the Grenadian people some houses free because the new National Party saw the need to seek assistance from the poor and the vulnerable. When you could tell a poor single woman head of household, come with $70,000 and collect your key. Most single women head of household or ordinary people earn less than $1,500 a month. Facing a commercial bank today is a nightmare. Some poor people can't even go in front of the bank door. They can't open an account. How in heaven's name would this government tell me they care about the poor? When they're selling houses that was given to the Grenadian people, to the diaspora. A single woman earning $1,000 a month can't own one of these houses, Cam. Though you talking about me and your parents. I came from the ghetto, from the poorest boy born and raised in Munich. A single woman earning $1,000 a month or $800 a month. That Chinese houses, that low-income houses, is now eluding her. Thanks to the National Democratic Congress. That is not a government that cares about the poor. At $70,000, she have to face a commercial bank. And if you do the maths, because you know I'm not that bright, I was only count on my fingers on them. But $70,000 at 10 years mortgage will bring her over $800 a month. A single woman earning $1,000 a month, how could she possibly afford one of these houses? And let's talk about the poor.
Yeah,
We look
Junior,
at the income.
Mm-hmm.
You want to butt in?
No.
And give me I tell you, I don't want to be a lecturer here to you today because I didn't see you come with a student uniform. So I don't want to lecture you. So I'll let you talk.
Yeah, for me, I only wanted to say to you that the Chinese houses that you reference, they were low income and not free. You saying that it was free. The reason why they were called
low income. Yes, low income.
Yes, the reason why they were called low income is because they were not.
Excuse me for 1 minute. In some cases, it was free to people living in vulnerable areas, like in Soubise and other areas.
Yeah, they always designate a number of houses for that purpose. But I'm saying the Chinese built low income houses. And here, Michael, all you need to do is to go with me up in Dabo or Mount Russian at that particular housing facility where the people under the NNP. So while you're talking and you're beating your chest saying that the NNP this and the NNP that, the NNP had these people. I'm not saying that you here tooting your horn for NNP, you know. I am simply saying that the NNP gave these same people houses or apartments in Mount Rush that the Chinese built. And they charged them $30-something, $40-something $1,000. That's the NNP. the NNP administration, 30 something, 40 something, and 50 something $1,000 for these houses, and they refused to pay. And the majority of these people were NNP supporters. So even if you say that they poor and they poor and they poor, they refuse to pay. But hear this: they mash up the windows, the doors, the balusters, the iron, the this, the everything in the building. They run it down, and the people who are paying, they suffered because they're not going and repair the facility during NNP time. They never repaired it. They never focused on that. NDC again came back in power and spent millions of dollars to repair the same facilities. This nonsense about free and free and free. If you want a slum, if you want projects, and you know fully well about projects, if you want that to happen, just give people free. Give them everything free, man, and you're going to see what would happen. Do you think it is fair for a nurse, for a police, for a teacher, for maybe a farmer, right, or fisherman, to go to work, to do X and do Y, leave that particular complex, and they come back, the place break open because a whole pile of people not working, they're unemployed, they call them poor, and they're not working, so they're smoking, they're drinking, and they're breaking open your place. It's a slum. What the NNP was creating is projects and slums. If you go to Corinth tonight and you look up, you will realize that lights are in many of those buildings because people are taking those apartments and they're occupying them. If you want to call the people who are there rich or middle income, it's up to you. At the end of the day, they are Grenadians who are occupying those apartments. And I'm happy about that. Let's go to Dabo. Let's go to Mongosh.
Good. Okay, so Cam, those who are not earning $70,000 and $80,000 a year, do we put them on a Paradise Bridge? Do we put them under the bridge in town? The Red Gate Bridge in town?
But you're Canadians. This is not a year. They don't give them a year to finish for these apartments. That's incorrect, Michael.
Hold on.
These people have received up to 20 years to finish pay.
You're taking my time, you know. You're taking my time, you know. I give you a chance to talk. I don't interrupt you, know. Hold on, now, man. I give you a time, man. Hold on, partner. Hold on, now, man.
Go ahead, Michael.
Hold on. Now, listen to me now. We must have some set-asides. There are civil servants who can afford to pay $800 a month. But there are citizens among us who don't meet that threshold. So while we could put aside a certain amount of houses for those people, we must look after the poor and vulnerable because they will be with us here for a long time.
Oh, Michael, let me ask you a question.
Let me tell you,
it was purposely called low income, correct? Not no income. There's a difference. There should be a difference. It's differentiated. If it was no income.
I'm glad you're chipping in. I wouldn't say you're chipping in inside a camp because that would be inaccurate.
No, it wouldn't. I just want the differentiation between low income and no income.
Let me tell you something.
Right.
Society must look out for those that can't help themselves.
Absolutely.
And while I do agree that some of these houses should be made available for those who can't afford, there must be some set-asides.
Absolutely.
40% of these houses must be set aside for the genuine low-income earners. As someone who was born and raised in the bowels of labor, I expose those policies brutally. We cannot just take one brush and paint everybody with the same brush. And that is what NDC doing.
Yeah, Michael, without cutting you.
Hold on. When Gloria Thomas putting up the key and saying, come with your $70,000 and get a house, she's forgetting where she come from.
Yeah, Michael, we don't.
Hold on.
Yeah, but we're having a conversation to be fair.
Cam, I'll give you a chance to talk. Yeah. And you go come again and I go be a good student. I go listen. Not every worker can afford to pay a mortgage of $800 a month.
No, but Michael, it is incorrect to say that they're asking these people to pay $800 a month. In some instances,
Well,
these people are asked to pay $150. In some instances,
hold on now.
$240,
Kem,
and still they refuse to pay.
Kem. I will send you the clip with Gloria. When Gloria Thomas said, and she holding the key in her head, come with your $70,000 and collect your key. Some of these single women, unemployed people, farmers, fishermen, vendors, don't even have a bank account.
Michael,
Hold on,
you
man.
are making a fundamental mistake. The bank
I'm
of the credit
going to
union,
take my
for
clothes
example,
I'm a student. I'm going to
yeah,
take
the
my clothes
credit
up. I'm a
union
student.
or the bank that they are going to,
Hold on, wait.
the credit union or the bank that they are going to, Michael, is charging these people on a monthly basis. In some instances, $320. In some instances, $200 and something dollars per month. 300
For
or
what?
400 and something dollars
For
per
what?
month, Michael. Are you
I'm
saying
it.
to me? Are you saying to
Tell
me
me,
that a
tell
poor
me,
person as
tell
you
me
claim,
10 people,
Oh,
10 single women head of household that any of the banks have qualified for mortgages for this home. You know, Kem, and you know that's why I like you, because I like you as a gladiator, and me being a political gladiator and a street fighter, we could talk anytime. Tell me any one of those single women head of household that qualify for these loans.
right?
Now,
So let me tell you.
you ain't gonna-
You ask
hold
me a
on,
question.
hold on. It is impossible sometimes, Kem, to even open up a bank account in the bank in Grenada. Never mind qualifying for a loan, just opening up a bank account.
I agree. I
Is an
agree with that.
exercise in future.
Michael, I fully agree with you on that. It's a very difficult.
Hallelujah. We agree on
No, I
something.
agree.
Hallelujah.
I agree with
We
you.
agree on something. So
Yes, I
if
agree
you
with
cannot
you,
open up a
Michael.
bank account, how you gonna get a loan?
Yeah, Michael, I agree with you. It is
Kem,
too
if you
difficult.
cannot
hold on.
open up a bank account, how you gonna get a loan?
Right. So, Michael, I agree with you. It is a very difficult ordeal task. It's a struggle many a times to open up a bank account. It's just too difficult. I agree with that. But, Michael, I want to get back to the substantive point. The substantive point here is that I know of three farmers who farm small plots. They saved their little kakada, and they were able to go to the credit union where they're saving their little money and get a loan to get an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment each in Corinth, where you have the same low-income houses. So it's not fair to say that you have people who, you know, what you said, single mothers or single this or single that they can't access. You see, we have to start to teach our people. When these people pay that $70,000 after 20 years or after 15 years or after 30 years, they own something. They can pass this thing on to their children. There's generational wealth. It becomes equity. They could take another loan with that property. Not only that, the government did not stop giving material assistance to people who just cannot afford and they don't have to pay back anything. The government is now constructing homes for people free. Taxpayers, of course, have to pay for it, but they don't have to pay for it. So those programs are still ongoing. So it is unfair, Michael, to say that this government is not looking after the ordinary people or the poor, the vulnerable people. They have done, in my belief, and with the facts on the table, far more for the poor and ordinary people in this country than the NNP did in 23 years and a half. And I can put the facts on the table. The housing repair program is still ongoing. And if you find out the statistics of the amount of people who got material assistance, you'll be amazed. And who only recently the government announced that they're billing back houses for people costing $85,000. You know, they don't have to pay for it, and they still continue to build whole houses, wooden houses with modern bathroom and toilet facilities in it, with running water and so on for people still. So it's incorrect to say that. The government is doing all in its power to help these people, and the facts are actually there to show.
Yeah, and Michael, in your
Kem,
response,
hold on.
I have a
Junior,
question.
I pray
Okay.
No, before you come with the question,
Right.
Junior,
Uh,
I crave your indulgence. How could you tell me that this government is a government of the poor? After a hurricane, people lost their home, their agriculture, their means of livelihood. And this Dick and Mitchell led government saw the need to impose a $240 tax on water plus a 5% levy.
That's not true.
Now,
That's
hold on.
not true. That's a lie.
Wait. Kem.
That's a lie.
Should I get Nawasa? Should I get Nawasa number here?
Yes, that's a lie.
To give you the number to call. Hold
That's
on.
a lie.
It's sounding as if it's a lie. Listen to me, Kem. And don't put your reputation on the line on that because you don't know. Let me tell you. Hold on. If your water is cut off now for $80 a month, for in arrears, you have to find the $80 to pay. You have to find the $240 to pay. You have to find reconnection fee. Tell me on planet Earth, after a hurricane, when a lot of people are living under tarpaulin, how could this government led under Dick and Mitchell see the need to impose taxes on water on people, water and a levy, a 5% levy?
That is not true.
And
That's
$240 on,
that's a lie.
$240 on residents.
That's a lie.
Up to $8,000.
That's false, Michael. That's false. It has always been that way. If you got disconnected, you have to pay for reconnection.
With what?
And watch me. Water is the cheapest.
You know?
Cheapest in Grenada. Cheapest in terms of utility.
Kem, we're doing good so far. Please don't call me a liar.
I am saying
we're doing good so far.
Is
that what you're saying is not the truth?
It's not the truth.
No, it's not the truth. No, call Nawasa in the morning and ask them the procedure. If your water is turned off for $50, you have to pay the $50. You have to give the NDC government the $240. You have to pay a reconnection fee, and that is a policy that imposed by this NDC government.
That's not true.
Now tell me how that is a government.
Michael, are you saying that before, right, if your water got cut off, you don't have to pay reconnection fee?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. You have to pay reconnection fee.
So what is it different?
NDC, Junior, what I'm saying is NDC after a disaster has now put on a $240 tax, government tax, if your water cut off.
No.
So,
but
a single woman had about
isn't reconnection fee?
Wait, man. Oh, we're doing good, man.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand from my own knowledge.
All right. So, Junior, if you would allow me to go on my device, I would give you Nawasa number. Call Nawasa in the morning.
Right.
And ask Nawasa, what is the procedure to reconnect your water if you have been disconnected for $50 that you could not pay?
Well, no, what I'm saying, Michael, what I'm saying, I'm not disputing that Nawasa have charges for reconnection. That is not in dispute. The question that I'm asking for my information and for my audience information is that recently imposed? Because I know that if I have before in the past,
hold on. Let me answer. Because Kem Jalak now. You don't understand that. That came about in August. In June, July, they imposed a 5% levy on water. And after Beryl, they came on now with a $240 tax. That is government NDC tax. That they put on precious water for single women. And you know what happened there? The people who most likely to get their water turned off.
Okay, I got hold on. I got a message from someone who worked with Nawasa. Let me add some clarification here. Let me ask some clarification.
hold on,
Hold on. Hold on one second. Let me say this.
have exemptions, maybe. I don't
No,
think
let
they
me say
do.
this. So let me say this. I just
You
got a
would not
message.
experience that problem.
Michael,
Huh?
Michael, hold on one second. I just got a
Hello?
message here from a senior officer. at NAWASA, and he said Michael Baptiste is wrong about the $250. Now I am going to follow up to find out exactly where that came from, right? But this senior officer here,
Who tell you that?
at NAWASA,
Who
a
tell you
senior
that?
officer, I would not, I would not give them information here, but I'm telling you, they're stating, and I will follow up on this, Michael. No, hold on. I will follow up on this and bring it to my audience.
That guy that's talking that nonsense, he's an NDC director on the board. I don't know what's going on.
No, he's not a member on the board. It's someone
I would put my life on the line.
No, Michael,
I would put my life on the line.
Michael,
hold on.
The person who messaged me not on the board.
Junior.
They're not on the board.
Junior, I would put my life on the line. That anytime your water is disconnected, if it is business, you have to pay $760 to NDC government. If it is residential, you pay $240. You pay the arrears and you pay the reconnection fee. Tell me how that is a government that like the poor.
So
okay,
are you saying that if your water get disconnected, then NAWASA should not charge you for reconnection fee? Is that your claim?
Well, you know, I am from Munich and I don't always speak the perfect English that others do.
Right.
Here's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah.
If your water get disconnected,
yes,
you have to pay the reconnection fee.
Right.
You have to pay the arrears, and you have to pay to the NDC government if it is residential $240. And I would and hear me now. If I am wrong, I am inviting you and Kem to meet me in Granville Town. I will take off my clothes and cut my ass as long as you can. Come with a belt or a cutlass. I am willing. I am telling you and Kem Jones, if I am wrong, I am willing to take off my clothes in any part of Granville, come with a belt and a cutlass and cut my ass as long as you possibly can, if that's not the truth.
So Michael, I don't want you to start changing your tongue and your tone, because I want to repeat what you said originally. And I came forward and said to you, it's a lie. You indicated that the government imposed a $240 tax on water after Hurricane Beryl. After a hurricane, in fact.
Yes.
And I insist
5% levy before the hurricane. Hold on. 5% levy before the hurricane. Ask your parliamentary representative, and I'm going to send you the information. 5% before Beryl, and $240 on residential customers after Beryl. $760 up to $8,000 for commercial customers. If your water get disconnected now, you have to pay the arrears, you have to pay reconnection fee, you have to pay NDC NDC government administration $240 for residential and up business $760.
No,
and I rest my case. And
right.
I say to you,
I am quite aware
to you and Junior,
that water was 10 cents a gallon for many, many years. NAWASA has to improve. We call on NAWASA on hunting occasions. We say we have shortage, we have problem with storage of water, they need to get storage, they need to change pipes, they need to improve, they need to treat, we call it for a lot of things from NAWASA. NAWASA came forward publicly and said, the 10 cents per gallon cannot suffice. It's just not enough that comes in for us to repair all these old pipes that are aged. Thankfully, $125 million from the G Cruise project is now injected into Nawasa, and we have the storage facilities being built, about 16 of them, and pipes are being changed and run in different communities and parishes and so on. That's great. So it was justifiable to increase the water, the price per gallon of water, because it was 10 cents. I think it's just a little above 10 cents now, right? I don't know if it's 11 cents or 12 cents or 15 cents or 20 cents. I don't know, but it's just a little above that. It was justifiable, right? I am arguing with Michael to say to him, to say to the public that the government of the day increased water, the price, by imposing a tax of $240 that he claimed that is false. And in fact, he added
No,
something else.
you didn't say it right. Hold on.
It is
You don't say it right.
If you get this,
$240 on residential, and from $760 to $8,000 on business. That's why I say
it's customary.
So when you come with your whip,
a little increase to the reconnection fee. I don't know if there's a little increase to it, but I am certain it would not be $240 reconnection fee.
Okay, so I have the information here. I have the information here. Let me just clarify this because I'm getting information in real time. I see it was always there, the security deposit for persons without land document. But since the act changed, the change for service was introduced across the board. Reconnection fee is $86.25, and for domestic, it is for domestic is $172. $18.25 for domestic and $172.50 for commercial.
Right. So I mean, it's kind of clear cut. It can never be that kind of money.
Right.
Or else the NNP would have been in the streets.
I agree with you. You know what, Ken? My love for you keep growing more and more on this program. Because you can't believe that a heartless government, after a crisis, a disaster, would impose that kind of tax on poor people. I know you can't believe it.
What's the tax?
What's the exact tax, Michael?
Huh?
Because I'm also getting information, the actual public
let me tell you
policy adjustment.
Let me tell you in Munich twang. Let me tell you in Munich twang. If your water cut out, you have to pay and use a residential customer. You have to pay the NDC government of Dick and Mitchell $240 tax.
No, it's 86. No,
plus
Michael,
whatever you owe in our stock. Hold on. Don't interrupt me because I know English.
Right.
Watch me. Junior, my English don't so good. So I'm telling you Munich tongue.
Right.
If they cut out your water, you have to pay the NDC government $240 NDC tax.
Nawasa is a statutory body.
No. NDC tax. That goes to government.
But Nawasa is a statutory body.
No. Nawasa is the collector for the government. In addition to the 5% levy, Nawasa now come with a $240 tax on every household. If your water get cut off, you have to pay that. If it is a business,
that's false. That's a lie.
You pay from $760.
That's a lie. That's not true. That's false.
I want you to say it over and over again because I want you to eat your reputation. Say me again, say Baptiste line.
Right. So
say line.
Please read the release.
Clarifying Nawasa's update service charge for policy adjustment. November 1st, 2024, the National Water and Sewage Authority, Nawasa, wishes to advise the general public that our rates and charges are governed by established regulation, especially SRO 7 of 2010 and amendment by SRO 18 of 2010, and it goes on. There have been no change to Nawasa's rate. However, there has been an adjustment to the application of the chart. So it's there. It's in finer prints. So I have to go a little closer here. 0 to 2, 8, 0 to 800 gallons, $340. I mean, it's there. You can take a snapshot of it, Michael. I know it's in kind of fine print, and I'm trying to adjust it.
No. Watch me. Here's the number. Here's the number to call tomorrow.
Yeah,
to get information.
I have Nawasa number, and I have them on phone.
440. Hold on. 440 2155.
Okay.
Watch me. Call 440-2155.
Yeah.
And they will give you up-to-date information. Don't mind all this operatives here coming out to this nonsense on thing here. That's not the truth.
Let's take a quick phone call. Go ahead. Go ahead, Michael. Sorry. Hold on.
I put myself on the line.
Yes.
If what I'm saying
is
not the truth, you and Kem Jones select a place in Grenville Town, I will pull down my pants and let you all cut my ass for all day.
Okay. All right. Let's take a quick call on the line. Caller, where are you calling us from?
Okay, I'm calling.
And I know Kem does carry a big bell.
Hold on 1 second. We have a caller on the line from Grenada. A caller, you have to make a statement, and then you have to listen to respond, because how we set up in the studio, we don't have a way that you could communicate with them. So you just have to make a statement and listen to respond to the live. Go right ahead, caller.
Okay, so thank you for taking my call.
No problem.
I wanted to respond to the statement that NAWASA is now charging $240 if you are disconnected.
Yes.
I remember, and yes, so this is not really the case. What I heard you explain you said you want to call with NAWASA. I just wanted to lend a little light to what was happening. So I'm kind of hesitant because I saw you got some more information. So I'll give you an example very quick. If, for example, you get disconnected from GrenLec, a statutory body, you have to pay $60 reconnection fee and $9 government tax. That has always been the case. With NAWASA, it's about $75 for reconnection and maybe around 11, close to 11, coming up to 80-something dollars. That is for the government tax. So 75 plus the tax. If, for example, is a deceased customer, no, you can't have a contract with a deceased customer. You listen to me. Mm-hmm. So what would happen is that you would have to come in with your documents stating that you have a right to be in that place, an ID and all of that. And then it would be considered now like a new contract. So whatever down payment you have to pay, that is what you would have to ask for. So I think that is somewhere in the making, because I remember working with NAWASA years ago where we went in the field and we were updating records. And you find that for many houses, they're paying on their parents' name or some aunt name. You can't really trace that if you wanted payment. So we want to put a new contract of the person staying in the property. So that's really where this is heading to. I hope I helped there. Maybe the NAWASA could give you more information when you get in touch with them again.
Thank you so much, caller. And something that we're certainly going to follow up.
That caller seemed to be addicted to telephone, because he didn't really say nothing. He did not address the pertinent issue at hand. And I still put it on the table. If what I'm saying here is incorrect, I'm giving you and Kem the invitation. I will pull out my pants in any part of Grenville and cut my ass all day if it is incorrect.
Because we don't believe you can quote Shakespeare, so we're gonna bring you to Carriacou, where they do a similar thing like that. If you cannot quote Shakespeare and
I don't know about Carriacou. I don't know about Carriacou, Kem.
That's where we're gonna bring you.
Don't take me this far.
Don't bring you in his Kem. Your Shakespeare quotes.
Kem, you know what you're doing now? If you were a cricketer, I would say you're whooping. You're whooping. I'm talking about Grenada, the policies of NAWASA in Grenada against the poor, the 5% levy that the NDC put on water, and the $240 for residential customers, plus $760 for business. If you get disconnected, that is what I'm talking about.
Right.
I don't want you to take me to Carriacou, and I give you the open invitation.
That's where they bull. That's where they put bull on your back.
A good place for me to pull down for you and Junior to cut my ass all day for people to see us in the car park. If I'm wrong,
Okay. All right. So
I am willing to go in the car park.
yes. Okay. Let's take another call. We got a caller on the line. Caller, live. Where you calling us from?
Grenada,
Grenada,
can
go right
I
ahead.
please ask a question?
Sure. Go ahead.
If a convention is about to take place and there's a sitting prime minister, the party is in power, can that position be challenged, political leader?
All right. So I'll put that question to the panel. Okay. Thank you so much. You got to listen to the response.
Yeah, let's have an answer for that because I'm just trying to analyze when Blaze and Keith had their thing at their convention. Was Blaze the sitting prime minister at the time? Grateful for an answer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes. So Michael.
Well,
call on the phone line. Hold on one second.
Let me say to the gracious scholar. Let me say to the gracious scholar. Our constitution does not recognize political leaders or political party.
Yeah.
The fact that Mr. Blair was the prime minister and Dr. Mitchell won the leadership of his party, there's nothing in law that says that he have to step down. But in principle, like in England, New Zealand, who adhere to the Westminster system, when you lose the support of your party, the person who won the leadership would automatically succeed you. But there's nothing in law in Grenada to do so.
All right. Oh, we got another caller on the line real quick. Caller on the phone line, go right ahead.
Good evening, calling from Grenada.
Go right ahead, caller. They could hear you at this particular line because you called direct.
Okay, no,
so
I
go
wanted
ahead.
to acknowledge. Right.
Yes, thank you.
I just would like to address something that was said earlier on with regards to the payment for the low-income housing when you get a mortgage from the credit union or the bank.
Right.
For the houses that are $70,000 amortized over 20 years, one would have to pay less than $350. For those of $90 amortized again for over 20 years, you would have to pay less than $500. I think it's more like 450 something.
Right.
Right? I think I heard Mr. Baptiste talking about $800 a month, etc. And that is, I mean, if you qualify and you get a loan as a low income earner, that's the amount you pay. But interestingly, if one qualify for a low income, I think that's the 1 bedroom or the 2 bedroom one, whatever you qualify for, and let's say you were an Imani worker at $700 a month, and now you get that increase with the minimum wage that take you up by 500. So technically, you're getting a loan from the government, and the government turning back and pay it for you. And if you're, most people might be somebody and their partner. I think that would be very easy for them to pay that amount of money per month, because most likely they may be renting anywhere between $350 to $500, and the property then belonging to them gives them equity. Because I think the $70,000 one is about $120,000 in equity. And you could really turn that around as you go ahead in life, 5-6 years down the road, and you can approach a bank and you have some security to offer the bank.
Yes, absolutely.
That's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your contribution, caller. Before we go to the response to the answers from our panel, you're watching Right Along Live. This is a kind of long pants today, but we promise you we may have to do this a part 2 because we're way over time.
So but Junior.
Yeah.
Junior, I think Michael needs to state here that for new customers, so if you're a new, he referenced there, if you have to reconnect, because he's tying this thing tying it up, bundling it up. If you're a new customer, you would have to put a deposit, and it's considered to be a deposit and not a tax. So it's a deposit that you have to put down. It's like you go to a credit union, you get a loan, they would collect the amount that you have to pay the loan, and they would also collect the $150 as a savings, just in case that hard time meets you, can't pay what you're supposed to pay every month. So it's a deposit. The $240 is a deposit and not a new tax. So that is something that Michael needs to clarify, and he should not bundle the thing up to say you owe and you have to get reconnection this and reconnection that. No. That kind of politics can't work here.
All right. We got a caller on the line. Caller, you live? Hello? Okay, the caller hung up. Michael, you respond.
Well, Kem is trying to play defense there because it sounds too outrageous for him to believe. But obviously, my offer still stands. If any part of what I said here tonight is inaccurate, I am willing to go to the car park, pull my pants down, and allow you and Kem to flog me all day. Because as I said, I have the evidence.
No,
what they say, Kem.
No, you're not telling the truth. You're saying that it's a new tax.
When you watch me, as it stands now, when your water is disconnected, you have to pay the arrears, you have to pay the reconnection fee, and you have to pay a tax to the NDC, Deacon Mitchell NDC-led government of $240 for residents. If it is business, hold on. If it is business, you must pay $760.
That's a lie. What we are saying,
you want me to send you a sample?
It is not a tax.
Huh?
Michael, send me that information. Michael, send me. WhatsApp it to me, Michael. Let me put it up on the screen. Send it to me. So I'll put it up on the screen.
I'm not sending it to you now, but I'll send it to you later on.
Okay, no problem.
We need to see it now.
Okay?
We need to see it now.
We want to put it up on the screen. Yes?
Because I am giving you and Kem the opportunity that anything that I say on this program here tonight that is not true. And I swear.
Yeah.
I will pull my pants down on the car park. And you and Kem could flog me up to eternity until you feel sorry for me. And I know Kem will have no more envy.
Yeah, but you see, Michael, you must know that you're speaking to a vast audience. And you need to use the right terms to describe things. It is false for you to say you're speaking to a vast audience. And I'm saying to you,
Kem, you don't know what's going on the ground, Kem.
It is false.
You become a superstar. When you were campaigning for NDC, Kem, when you were campaigning for NDC, you could have go to the bank and look in the waste basket and see the balance of Grenadians, how bad they were doing. You turn superstar, Kem. You living up in the sky. You change your status change.
Yeah, Michael, I want to see.
You don't know what happened with poor people anymore.
Is not telling the truth. You have to pay a security deposit if you're going to do a new connection.
But all Nawasa customers pay the security deposit. All Nawasa customers already pay a security deposit. All Nawasa customers already pay a security deposit. So what is your point?
So Junior, let me say again. If you're opening a new account with Nawasa, you are required to pay a security deposit.
Yes, that's what I got.
That $240 that he's talking about, it is not a tax. It is a security deposit like many of the other utility companies. For example, when I put the electricity in Grandetang and internet in Grandetang, only recently when we were doing our upgrades up there, we were required to pay a security deposit to the utility company. Both utility companies. It is standard. So it is nothing new. So for Michael to come on this program and say that this is a new tax, that's false. That's a lie. And I'm saying to him, it
All
is
right.
not.
You know what? I
All right, hold on a second.
I beg that we defer this discussion on that.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Can
Let's
we
take this
agree
call.
on that?
Let's take
All
this
right.
call. We have a caller on the line. Caller, you're live. Where are you calling us from? The caller on the direct phone line. Go right ahead.
I'm calling from Grenada.
Go right ahead, caller.
To Mr. Baptiste, how do we get a single woman, single head of a household woman, poor and vulnerable, paying $500 a month, living in somebody's apartment at $500 for 5 months, to realize that at the end of 5 years, she would have paid $33,000 in rent. And 10 years, she would have paid $66,000 in rent. And at 15 years, she would have paid $99,000 in rent with no investment, nothing in returning to her. How do we get them to realize that there are better investments and better ways to spend their money by taking a chance on those houses?
Yeah, Michael, you could respond to her because she's on the line. She could hear you. You could hear her.
Now let Kim respond, man.
Yeah, I could
I don't want
respond.
to sound as if I'm lecturing. Let Kim respond. Give Kim a chance to talk. Let Kim respond.
Junior, I want to commend this caller because I can use myself as an example. You know, I am in the process of getting my own radio station and my own studio and everything of that sort. When I sat here a particular Sunday and I did the maths, because I explored, the rent in St. George's, and most of them were actually saying you have to pay $4,000 a month, you have to pay $3,800 or $3,900 a month. And I did the maths. I said, but wait, if I calculate that $4,000, right, over a 1 year period, it's about what, $48,000? So you have, yeah, I think so. I think it's about so 4,000, right? Junior, you can help me here, 4,000 times 12, right? So $48,000.
Yes.
I have to pay at the end in total, at the end of the year. And I say to myself, there is a piece of land for sale that is within that range. I can actually buy that piece of land, right? And build a studio there. I would own the land and we will own the actual studio. So the caller is absolutely right. If a person is renting, for example, you have a lot of young people, you have a lot of single mothers, you have a lot of single parents renting in Grenada, and we know that for a fact. If you calculate the amount you pay every year, the amount you pay for every 5 years, the amount you pay every 10 years, the amount you pay every 20 years, not every, but 20 years, you're pretty much paying back for the thing. But here you get an opportunity that you call, I think they call it pay to own. Is it pay to own or pay to own? I think it's like that, something like that. You're kind of paying to own, but it's just that a different process. You go into the credit union or the bank, they're giving you the money up front. You're paying housing authority. You own that. You're paying the credit union every month, and then you own the property when the 20 years or the 25 years. That's kind of simple. In fact, that will get our people who Michael is calling quote unquote poor, vulnerable, single household, head of single household, at least something that they can call their own, that they can pass on for their children and children. Or rent to own, yes. Rent to own.
Yeah. We have tons of calls, but we have to cut it at some point in time. Otherwise, this is going to go on for the entire night. And I wanted to touch a little bit more on the leadership, but it don't seem that we'll be able to get any deeper into that conversation. Veered off into Nawasa. Now he gave me a whole investigative report to go and speak to Nawasa tomorrow to clarify this, because people are messaging me left, right, and center, and they need clarification to this question here. So let's pull back a little bit. until we get that
Would you,
information.
Junior,
Michael,
Junior,
yeah,
when you get the answer, would you call me back to be vindicated?
sure, absolutely,
Thank you very much.
absolutely. I'm
And,
going to
and
put that in.
Junior, remember to cut out that piece of clip where Michael made the first statement. Right? Don't make him size
Ah,
his.
so wait. So Kem, you
Michael
editing?
Baptiste on
So
this
you want
program
to be you want
made
you
some
want to be a
statements.
panelist and you want to be an editor, Kem? That's not your program, Kem.
That's important.
Take
Yeah.
it easy, now, man.
Let me just
Oh God,
finish.
Kem, take it easy.
Let me just finish real quick.
Ah.
This
Oh,
program is
wait.
hold on,
Junior,
Michael, one second. Let me just
the
finish.
man
Let me
want
say
to make you the man want to make you a puppet, you know. The man want to turn my southwesterner, St. Andrews southwesterner into a puppet. You
no,
want to
he
tell you
can't.
what to edit?
No, he can't do that. He can't do that.
Huh?
You know, he can't do that. He can't do that. He can't.
Hey,
You're
come
going to
on,
do that.
man.
You're going to do that. Let me
Stand
just
up
say
for
this quickly.
union, stand up for the blando, laddie.
Let
Unit.
me say that is hold on, Michael. This program is brought to you with the compliments of Ride. We offering so many different services, and we invite you guys to check out our new tuk excursions available from Ride. And guys, we have some great opportunities. Right, coming up in the next week or so, we have something called the island-wide beach tour. So we're going all around the island, and we go in on every parish we get to is a beach. We go into that beach, and it's only about 9 people we taking on our island-wide beach tour. So for more information, you could call Ride or go to ride.gd. We also want to invite you guys to check out our new and innovative and exciting donut boat. Now, this is really great, guys, and exclusively available from Ride. If you want to book, you have a party of 10 maximum. We got your drinks, we got your food, we got your excitement, your music, fun, real fun. It's the Ride donut boat available at Ride Excursions and Tours. For more information, you can call us at 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. Ride. Let's go back to the phone lines. We're going to take this last call. Call you live. Where are you calling us from?
Hello, calling from Grenada.
Grenada. Yes, hold on. Call. Let me bring the audio down a bit.
I just want to say to Mr. Michael Baptiste. Mr. Michael Baptiste, I hear you mention NNP Real Care for the poor and vulnerable. Mr. Michael Baptiste, do you remember when COVID, the NDC, the NNP was in power, and they received a huge set of money to help the small business people like the spice vendors and other people that business go down. You know what happened that time. And the NNP gives out some money 3 times. And each time they give is $500. Look at NDC come and meet all this amount of money there and give $40,000 where they don't have to pay back. You talking about who love poor and vulnerable? I do believe that the NDC government love the care about the poor and vulnerable more than the NNP. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. Guys, we're Jew for a quick commercial.
No. The lady, Junior.
Sorry. My apologies. Go ahead. We'll take it right after. Go ahead, Michael.
The lady made a statement there. I think we have to respond to that.
Yes, I agree.
Because
Go ahead.
what she said here is noteworthy of a reply. The NDC did not give 500 people money to the poor and vulnerable that they can't pay back. The NDC gave money to the supporters. And I want that young lady to do a poll and tell me of the $30,000 that the NDC gave to the supporters. Identify any of the business today that's flourishing or ongoing. It was a political thing. They found money. The people who were supposed to get the money, they never get. And I don't want to get personal, but I operate 2 small businesses in Granville. When my daughter was alive, they couldn't go in during COVID. A gas station, that had days when people can pull up their guard. That money went to NDC supporters. That money did not go to the people for whom it was intended. I'll stop at that.
All right, thank you so much, Michael.
Junior,
Yeah.
Junior, I want to say that over 500 plus small and medium-sized businesses benefited from that grant. And I can put here on the table that 98% of those same small and medium-sized businesses, they are doing well, they are flourishing. Some of them were able to hire new people to work in those small businesses. I meet these people on a regular basis, and they were very thankful and still thankful for the injection. I want to make a point here. When Hurricane Ivan passed and devastated Grenada, I want to tell Michael Baptiste that the NNP imposed the National Reconstruction Levy. Never you forget that. So while he's out there making all kind of statements, false statements regarding Nawasa, I can actually tell him, because I now get before me that actual statute or statutory rules and orders number 5 of 2023, signed by the Honorable Deacon Mitchell, speaking to households, Nawasa, and what the rates are. I can actually read that for him. Electricity and so on, and we can go on and on. Now, Nawasa, what it says, what it is, $5 per month for a domestic or non-domestic usage of water, 2,801 gallon. Between 2008 and 2,801 gallon to 5,500 gallons per month, and $10 per month where domestic or non-domestic usage of water exceeding 5,000 gallons per month. But anyways, I want to say this, right? Well, you have it there, Junior.
Yeah, I'm
simply saying that that National Reconstruction Levy was imposed by the NNP administration, and they gave reasons why it was justified and so on, right? And up to today, people are still arguing that, because I wonder if they really removed that by, because when you put those taxes and so on, when you impose them, normally they remain there forever and ever and ever. But anyways, I didn't hear Michael speak about that. But he's quick to attack the NDC administration for something that he made up in his mind.
I'm
Right.
not attacking nothing.
Okay. All right.
Kem.
Uh-huh.
In 2004, after Ivan, there were no CREF. CREF came in 2007. The whole of Grenada was destroyed and rebuilt better. There were no insurance money. NNP insured Grenada, and 20 days after Beryl, a check was placed in the hands of Deacon Mitchell-led government.
But do you know what was the cost for reconstruction?
And let me
Hold on. No.
Let me say for the benefit of the audience.
Grenada needed.
I'm not here.
$100 million.
I am defending the fact.
Right.
Kit Mitchell, NNP, never had the luxury of collecting $140-something million for reconstruction. And that is a fact. So don't tell me what happened under Ivan. When Ivan, it was Saki Pelelot, every man for themselves, and government help where they can. Thanks to the new National Party under Kit Mitchell, they insured Grenada.
But Junior, you
Look
see,
at-
no, Michael.
Look at the situation now.
We're having a conversation, Michael. The NNP insured Grenada, yes, but you had NDC. You know what is an insurance? If you pay on an annual basis, that same insurance, Grenada will not be insured. NDC during 2008 to 2013 was renewing that same insurance policy and paying it every single year.
All right, Kem, hold it up right there. Hold it up on that note. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Everybody have to take credit for it.
We got to take a quick break. We have to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't forget, guys, if you're looking for fun and excitement, you could go ahead and book right now for the new ride, Donut Boat by Bay Bridge. Check it out right now. Go to ride.gd and you could book right now. Ride.gd.
Experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call Beacon or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Again, guys, we're back and thank you so much for joining us. We're above time, so it's time to wrap the curtain, bring the curtains down on tonight's program. I know that you guys could go on all night. Listen, we have Kim, we have Michael, so you know that usually go. So we go for wrap-up words right now. Michael, your closing comments, sir, before we wrap it up and get out of here.
For a while when I lost it, I thought Kim was editing your program, you know. And I want to say what a pleasure it was.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of people have the opinion that just because you have a different opinion about the situation in Grenada mean that you're enemies. I think the program this evening was a pleasure. It's once again, I'm happy to be on the program with Kim and on the utilities. I think it was great. I'm looking forward. My offer still stands to you and Kim that if anything I say on the program tonight about Nawasa is inaccurate, I have already listed the venue, the car park, where I would pull down my pants and you all can cut my ass all day, all night, as long as you feel. If I am misleading the public that NDC did not impose a $240 tax on water and a 5% levy on water, I want to say thank to you, Junior. Thank to all the wonderful listeners who call. I want to say thank to my friend Kem. Kem, I heard you don't go to the spot that you just go and have a cup of coffee anymore. Because I've been there several times and they say a long time they haven't seen you. Tell me where let's have a cup of coffee so we could come and have a cup of coffee, man. So it was a pleasure.
Ricky's Bar in St. George's. By Ricky's Bar on Hillsborough Street.
Huh?
Right? By Ricky's Bar on Hillsborough Street. Ricky's Bar.
Ricky's Bar, okay. And Wall Street?
Yeah. Hillsborough Street.
On Wall Street?
Hillsborough Street.
Oh, Hillsborough Street, okay.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
good.
So again, Michael, I want to echo your sentiment. I believe we had a very mature conversation. We disseminated real information. Some I agreed with you, some I did not. But at the end of the day, it's all about Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. I still want to repeat, I would like to see a political bloodbath in the NNP. I want to see the fight continue because I have always maintained that the NNP is a curse and has been a curse on Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. I want to say further that I think Grenadians are not going back. Grenadians want to move forward. They want to see Grenada develop. They want to see Grenada transform. They want to see betterment come to our people. I think we are on the right track. And let us all out there continue to do what we can to improve Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. It's easy to condemn. It's easy to criticize. It's easy to say bad things. But when it comes to building, when it comes to, helping to move this place forward, very few people would come on board. So I really look forward to a better Grenada for my children and children. And Michael, we will have a coffee someday. All right? Don't be afraid. We will.
Nice. Well, listen, I want to officially invite you guys to my new ventures. You guys are, of course, a part of the family. We have this talk thing I've been really pushing, and I think that all you go do good with that debate in the back of that talk.
What be the one? You have the Grenada.
Yeah,
band.
the Grenada one. That
Yeah.
one.
How many you have, Junior? About 5, 6?
Yeah, no. Well, right now I have 4, but we have about 4 more coming.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that.
Yeah,
And people are talking really good about it. That's good. Keep it up.
Absolutely. So
Nice.
yeah, man, call for a nice debate in the back of the talk. We go organize that. Michael, when you're in Grenada, let me know.
With Michael, I mean, come on, Michael, man. Now it's Christmas time. You used to talk about pigs the last time.
Well,
we a little leg, man.
I'm here to do on personal business. I'll be home next week.
Okay. But what's about the pigs and so on that you had on the farm? We need a little leg.
No, I'll be home next week, man. So I would look for you on Hillsborough Street.
No, boy, we looking for a leg, man. It's Christmas. Come on. On the farm, remember you tell me about the pigs and so on?
I just left Grenada 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
So I'm heading home very soon. Beautiful. So when I get there, I will give you a call. We'll get together and have a cup of coffee, man.
Please do.
All right. Great. Thank you guys so much. Great conversation. We'll keep in touch, Michael. And tell all your friends on the other side. We have. You see, we didn't disrespect anybody, but there's a narrative that is painted that when they come and ride along, that certain people get disrespected, and that's not so. We call in on the opposition.
Junior, I want to cut you, but Junior, I know why Michael Baptiste coming. He coming for convention. I know where you're coming. I know.
Yeah, let's leave that there. There's a whole lot of conversation.
What was that? What was that? I didn't hear that.
So you're coming for convention. That's where you're coming now.
No. I have not. I have never spent Christmas in the United States in the last 30-something years, and I don't intend to do so. I have business there. I'm only here to do personal matters. I will be at the convention, I might add, but I'm not coming for that, of course. Okay. And I can reassure you that the next time I'm called to take a bow, I'm not only going to take a bow, I'm going to take a seat.
The last time you run, man, why you run?
Well, you went easy at
all. I don't run, man. I don't run.
We'll keep in touch. All right. Yeah, man.
Anyway.
All right.
What a good program.
Yeah, man. Great. Thank you guys so much. Michael and Kim, always great conversation here on the ride. We thank you guys for watching and being a part of our program. Don't forget, guys, if you want to advertise on this program, you could, of course, call us the number 718-701-5720. If you're getting married, guys, we have this really nice package for Tuk married, wedding, transportation, fleet. Give us a call. We'll tell you more about that. Right along live, we will be back with closing words. We're back.
Pick yourself up with Ride Rent a e-bike today and take advantage of the smartest and coolest way to get around. Rental starting for only $30 per hour and less than $100 EC per day. Zip through traffic, save money, and look awesome doing it. Check us out at the Esplanade Mall today. Visit us online at ridersebike.com or give us a call at 473-422-1011. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Ride Rent a e-bike.
The ride, power to the people we shine. Fans what they need, Caribbean spirit.
And as we was telling you guys earlier, this is new, so we have to repeat, guys. I want to say big up and thanks to Bay Breeze, right?
Let's sing the song.
Because we're partnering to bring this exciting excursion to Grenada. This is the donut boat, guys. Now, you ever thought about coming to Grenada and having a really good excursion? You probably want to go and have like a nice little swim with your family, with your friends, in a really nice, cool atmosphere environment. This is what the donut boat is all about, guys. So book now, because let me tell you, the booking thing is going crazy. So if you have friends and you want to enjoy the donut boat, you want to call us 473-422-1011. That's 473-422-1011. Or go to ride.gd. That's ride.gd. Right there, ride.gd. We got you.
Global love taking flight. Every ride is sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the...
Also, we got to thank and pick up JetBlue. If you're flying to Grenada, you got to fly JetBlue and the Grenada Tourism Authority. Thank you so much.
Join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong. With the host, we belong.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
I just got a call from someone asking, a text from someone asking
Feel the beat, feel the vibe. Amazing host leading.
about pricing for the donut boat. All of that information is available online. So you go ride.gd, find out about pricing, or you could call us at 473-422-1011. We'll break it down for you guys. All right?
Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.
Also, guys, on a final talk note, every Saturday we have what is called night out. So if you have you and your girlfriends, or you want to hang out, or you want to go out on night on a date, or whatever the case is, husband taking their wife out, or their girlfriend out.
Ride along.
Whatever it is, hey, we don't discriminate. You book a tuk-tuk, take them out in fine style. Trust me. You go score big, right? You go score big. And we have all sorts of array of tuk-tuks. We have all sorts of colors, all sorts of personalities. You just tell us what you want. Just tell us what you want. We'll hook you up.
With such ease, ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host, we belong.
Experience? Hop on the Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tour and explore Grenada like never before. Feel the tropical breeze, sip on authentic Caribbean rum punch, and cruise through Grenada's stunning scenery in our unique and fun tuk-tuks. It's the perfect blend of adventure and island flavor. Book your unforgettable tour now at ride.gd or call 473-422-1011. Don't just see Grenada, experience it with Ride Tuk Tuk Rum Punch Tours today.
Feel the vibe, amazing hosting.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our program, guys. You know, mature and respectful debate is what we need in our political landscape, guys. We don't need to disrespect anyone. It's okay to have a difference of opinion. It's okay to have a different, just a different idea of moving forward. And the better we're able to express these things maturely, without the disrespect, without the name calling, quicker the better we all move forward. All right. Thanks for watching. On behalf of all of our production crew here, our senior executive producer Lois JJ, our moderators Kibbs, Dale, Gail, how you doing? Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys again tomorrow. This has been original ride along programming, guys. Good night.
Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island, strong with the host, we belong. Energy high, heart so bright, tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight, every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas, love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please, bringing hope with such ease.
Live.
With such ease, ride along, join the dance.